Welcome to A Lot of Help with James Lott Jr. That's with two T's, a lot. And that's my website, lottofhelp.com. You go ahead and check out things. My blog, I put out every day. I have a nice blog every day that I put out, my thoughts on there. This episode is special to me because she plays my on-mic daughter in a show called Tomorrow's a New Day. It's an audio soap drama. We got to check it out it's so good. We have a good time on it. But that's how I met her. But she's much more than that, which I love. She has an MBA, of course. She lives in Arkansas. We can talk about that a little bit too. She has self-acclaimed LLC as her coaching, but she also does a lot of different things. We're going to talk to her and get to know her and just talk about some of her philosophies and the things that we have in common. Help me welcome Mia Hyman. Hi, Mia.
Hi, thank you so much for having me today. I'm excited to be here.
It's my pleasure. I expect big things from you. I know they're going to happen. They're going to happen. You're
Well,
so
I definitely do. I don't want to disappoint, so we'll see.
okay. So, one of the things I want to start out and ask you is, growing up, did your parents encourage? Did they support your thoughts and dreams? How vital, or if they were or weren't, how vital were they in your upbringing in terms of where you are today?
Very great question. I grew up primarily with my mom. My parents were together, then they separated. Then from about what I remember, maybe from about 3 to 4 years old onward, it was like me with my mom mostly. My dad was in the Air Force, so he was overseas in Germany. They always stressed the importance of education. Doing well in school. They expected us to make good grades. They expected straight A's and B's. I'm the youngest of five girls. It's me
Wait,
and my
wait, five
twin.
girls.
Yes, five girls. My mom had five girls, and the youngest two are me and my twins. So she got unfortunate on the fourth go round. I mean, I'm happy to be here, of
Of
course.
course,
Um,
five girls.
so yes, my parents would always say, you can go to college as long as we don't have to pay for it. And I mean, being the youngest of five, we took it very serious. But so they just expected us to do well in school and just excel, be doctors or engineers or lawyers or go into politics or just anything like that. I mean, on my mom's side, they definitely let us be a little more expressive and creative, and they were a little more lenient. I want to say flexible, just a little more lenient on their expectations. Of course, we had people in family who went to college, but not just really went and excelled. On my dad's side, people who would go to college, they were a little more into their faith with their expectations about life and different things like that. But at the end of the day, they just want to excel and be happy and just as long as we feel like we're successful, I guess they feel like, they're happy with our success. But they've always wanted us to do something in some type of way.
Now, I didn't. This is my ignorance. I did not know there were black folks in Arkansas. So there's just some states I don't know much about. I'm from California, folks, so you guys don't know that. And I've been to Arkansas once briefly. I went into Arkansas, but I didn't know. So what was that kind of? Was there a black community? Was there kind of what was that like for you?
So I originally am not from Arkansas. I am from Gulfport, Mississippi.
Oh,
So
okay.
I actually, yes, we got relocated to Arkansas after Hurricane Katrina. Ooh, celebrating 20 years.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
yes. So I did not know much about Arkansas until FEMA relocated us here. That's when I actually learned that it was a state. I mean, mind you, I was younger, so I didn't know all of my states.
Yeah.
But when we moved here, so my mom, they relocated her to Cabot, Arkansas, which was primarily white, then like all white, super white. I want to say we were maybe some of the first black people. There were just kind of a sprinkle of us there. Yes. So over the years, we've definitely seen it become a little more urban and increased in the black population. There is an Air Force base not too many miles away, but we've definitely seen the culture change, and Cabot has grown. My dad got stationed to the Air Force base in Jacksonville, and with him, we would be more in the city and like Little Rock and things. So in the central Arkansas area, there's a good portion of African American people and minorities mixed crowd. My dad is from Jamaica, so there's a nice Caribbean community around here. They do reggae festivals and things. But like I went to school in southern Arkansas, which is very rural. Like my school, the Muleriders, we have a rodeo arena on the campus. So if that says anything,
Yes.
and so I met a lot of people where they were from small towns in Arkansas, and they're like, "You're the first one of some of the first Black people that we've met, and we're not used to being around Black people." So I've definitely met a mixed crowd, but we are here in Arkansas. We have the rich history of Little Rock Nine about Central High School where they integrated, so we have that history. And then there's Banging in the Rock, where back in the 90s we were really, really bad with gangs. So there's a documentary on that. So there's a lot of history and mixed culture when it comes to Arkansas and what we have and have to offer. But yeah, we're here, baby. We are here.
Um, is your twin like you?
We have some similar mannerisms. Personality wise, we are different. Um, I
Love
mean, we're a great time. We're both a hoot and a holler. We are both,
it.
well,
Love it.
let's say some ways we are different. Like for the last 5 years, she's worked from home.
Oh, okay.
I don't like to work from home. I'm like, I'll work from home a little bit, but I like to be out and about in the community. I'm a little more extroverted than she is. She's a little more into her religion and her faith than I am. Just different paths that we've been on in life. I'm a little more, when it comes to like our makeup, I'm a little more like the glamorous chic side. She's a little more urban or more natural, I'll say. Like she has locks,
Oh,
like dreaded hair. I don't do that. Like I wear more makeup than she does. If we go out, I might be a little more skimpier than she is, but that's how I'm a little more like dramatic with my makeup. I wear like the bolder, longer eyelashes. But we both like to stay fit. We're both into our business. We both like to watch movies, have fun. We have some different dietary restrictions. She has a lot more food sensitivities than I do. So I'm chowing down on bacon and burgers and pasta and all things. And she can't eat vanilla. She can't enjoy chicken anymore. And I love some chicken wings.
oh my God.
So there are definitely some differences in our love life. We have some differences when it comes to the type of guys that we seek. I mean, we're both, I'll say I'm single right now. She's kind of ish single. We're dating,
Okay.
playing the
Okay.
field.
Yes, out there. Yes.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, out there. Good.
but I mean, if you get to know us, at first, it's hard to tell us apart, but once you really get to know us on our personalities, we are very different. Like at first, I might seem a little more mean and standoffish coming off, and then I'm nicer as you get to know me. And she's the opposite way. She's very nice when you first get to know her. I'm not necessarily saying meaner, but more her expectations when it comes to friendship and relationships are just a little bit higher than some other people. So either like you meet them or you don't, you're doing what you're supposed to, but she's not going to give you much slack.
Yes,
So I'll say that.
like that. We're talking before the show because we're getting to know you a little bit, and we're gonna get to the business stuff next. But what I want to ask you though is, you are part of your soror, so you're part of a sorority culture. What are a couple of things that you take away from that culture that you just love so much? Having sorority sisters, that whole kind of village. What do you like about it?
I will say, mind you, sororities and fraternities now are different than when they were founded. Culture, people change and stuff. But some of the basic principles of giving back to the community and being involved in your community, you have to help the people around you and try to elevate the people around you as well. You know,
Yes.
and sisterhood, I know I have a lot of sisters, but they really, really taught me what it's like to like you, even though you have those relationships, you have to nourish them and build them and pour into them in order to really receive something back. So just having those people that you can really talk to and lean on in different ways, because it's hard to ask for help. I mean, for some people it's easier than others, but it truly can be hard to ask for help, especially from people closest to you, because you don't want to seem like you're a bother. Sometimes it's hard to show that vulnerable side, but really having people there, like for no matter what, no judgment, with the same beliefs as you,
Yeah.
it makes a big difference.
Yeah. What advice should you give somebody? So if someone says, okay, there's another young African American woman's in her community, could be anywhere. What advice should you get them to? They say, I want to do something for my community. Where should they start, in your opinion? I mean, every city is different, but just like in general, what would you tell them if they said, Mia, what should I do? I don't know how to get started. Like, what should I do? What would you say?
I would say start with the people around you and like your home base. If you're really involved with your church or you go to church a lot, see what opportunities that your church has. Um, there's so many things that different churches are doing nowadays to
Yes.
especially build that community and help the community around them, whether it's different drives or just them doing wellness programs to try to increase health in their guests and stuff that are coming to the church, or just trying to foster a relationship, different food drives and stuff. There's little ways like that. Just going on Facebook and seeing the different volunteer opportunities. Like, you never know the different nonprofits that are out and about in your community. Get involved about them and see they're always looking for people to come out and help. So it's easier for you to get involved when you find something that you're actually interested in. Like, if you have no idea about anything in the medical field or it doesn't interest you, you like gaming and arts and crafts, like, don't go and try to volunteer at somewhere like, that's like a blood bank or anything like that. That's not going to do you any justice at all. So find what you're interested in and then go and seek opportunities that way. And just sometimes just asking the people around you. So people know a lot of things, but they don't remember it until it's asked. We have a lot of knowledge and stuff that we just store in our brain. So just ask, and getting informed is the number one thing.
I agree. No, actually, everything she said, and yours, those are the people out there watching, listening, and everything you just said, I agree with. I think start in your circle. What are they doing? Like, I mean, just like what do you do? Like, there's boys and girls clubs. There's Big Brother, Big Sisters. There's senior citizen centers that need people to come over and do arts and crafts or sing or like there's a music program. Like, there's all kind of stuff. So you're right about that. It's
Yeah.
like who's around you? Like, ask cousin so and so. Like, what do you do on weekends? Like, what's going on? Because I'm telling you, in your city, I'm sure wherever you are, there are people who need help. And I'm such community minded person. I'm always like I was taught that when I was younger. It's like wherever you move somewhere, James, I was told you got to find what's going on in there and see what you can jump
Mhm.
in. So now I jump in a little too much sometimes. Like, okay, I got time for myself. But it's always rewarding. It's always kind of a rewarding thing, folks. And you get to meet people and you learn stuff and you get experience.
Yes. And they're so fun these days. It's not the boring, oh, I'm just gonna sit here at a table and give out information. Sometimes you never know what you're doing and you just have so much fun. It's like you forget that you're volunteering. You're literally meeting people and just doing things, and you're just like, wow, like those 2, 3 hours went by really, really fast. And so yeah, like you said, start in your circle.
Yeah. There are a lot of nonprofits and not for profits and like I said, churches stuff who sometimes they need help in their offices. If you
Mhm.
like office work, if you're big like organized, they need people to help them with paperwork, and stuff, and that's or filing or whatever. It's like there's always something out there. So I like your advice. I agree with you 1,000% on that. People should do that. Let's get to it. So we get to your bit. So you graduate. You have an MBA. Where did you graduate from?
I graduated from Southern Arkansas University, located in Magnolia, Arkansas, which is where I lived in Southern Arkansas. I received all three of my degrees from them. So my associates, my bachelor's, and my master's degree. Go Mulerider. Woo.
Okay, go on, girl. Okay, I like that. Did you always know you were going to get up to your master's? Did you always know that?
No,
Yeah,
I did not. I was just one of those people. I'm like, I'm just gonna go to college and I had the wildest dreams when I was younger. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna own a boarding school, and I'm gonna own a water park." And at one point, I wanted to be a model. It would all shift and change, but at the end of the day, I knew I always wanted to do something with like school, more specifically now higher education. I think I want to go into that once I like officially retire from whatever I'm like doing now within the next 20 to 30 years. Anywho, another story.
Yes.
So the main reason I received my master's degree is to go into higher education and to kind of set myself on that course to be able to teach and get back into probably student affairs one day.
Um, Doctorate, an EDD or PhD, or anything in the future?
So I know that a doctorate is a lot of work. I
It
have
is.
a couple of friends, including my twin, who is currently receiving or working on
Oh,
their
come on,
doctorate degree
girl.
right now.
Okay.
So, maybe one day. Right now, the answer is no. But seeing them work hard towards it, I'm like, I mean, if they can do it, that's it. Like they're doing it, so I know I can do it. It's not if they can, it's I know that they can do it, so I know that I can do it as well. But I don't even know what I would want my doctorate to be in at the moment. So maybe give me a couple more years to get more seasoned in my career or like just what I'm doing now with my entrepreneurship. And then maybe that will be the goal. Because when I got my master's degree, I started like 2.5 weeks after I finished with my bachelor's degree. It was straight in there. So I've enjoyed the little break of not having to
That's
write
nothing.
10-page papers and homework 4 times a week.
Yeah. No, a master's is not nothing to sneeze at. That's really good. I mean, that's really, really good. So congratulations. I have a doctorate, and I just tell you, it's kind of fun when I think about it. Because I'm like looking at my thing right now. I'm like, it's kind of. And I have someone gave me a. I don't think it's showing. I'm gonna come up on here, but it says, "Oh wait, this is gonna show up." It's supposed to say it's
Uh,
doctor. I can't get it up there. But I got this big mug I drink out of, and people are, Doctor Lott, which I always forget I am. So I use it to my advantage sometimes. But I always tell people, don't do it just because, or do it if it's something you feel like you're compelled to, and you have a subject that you want to get it in. So just I always do it all the time, but it's kind of fun to have one. I can see you being Dr. Mia Hammond, so Hyman, so
yeah. It
um,
does have a really good ring to it, but I'll let my twin be like the first one, and then I mean, we do have a doctor in the family, another one on the medical side, but she's getting her doctorate in Christian leadership, I want to say it is.
okay. Well, I like that. Very good. Go on, girl. Um, okay, so what are you doing now in terms of work? Let's talk about that. So that's a good. So we got a little bit of your a little bit of your path, kind of some of your philosophy, some of the fun stuff. Now, what are you doing for work?
So right now, for my main job, I have taken a hiatus from work. So I have worked very hard the last 6 years, 5 years in hospitality, doing everything from hosting at the restaurant, moving on up to being the general manager of the hotel. And then yes, and so after I left the hotel, I went and worked with this woman who had two companies, and then I helped her develop a third company, which turned into a brick and mortar, and that was a contract position, which is why I pretty much started my company. So I was doing things through her, being the executive director, like going in, cleaning up, setting up the standard operating procedures, expenses, just getting systems in place, HR things, doing payroll, like really the whole shebang for her company. So then that contract, I ended that in June. Kind of take like a little break from working for independently companies and just that big world. Really want to focus on my own business and get that up and going because it took me a while to switch the mindset of being an employee after I left hospitality to like you're an entrepreneur, you have your own company. Because I used to say, oh, I work for like Zen. But I was like, no, I work with Zen. I'm a contractor. I'm not an employee, like with benefits and things. So it was a completely different mindset to have, especially being so young and always being in the workforce. I just turned 30 this year.
Baby,
But
baby.
But yeah, it took me a while just to get out of that mindset. So then I was like, I really want to focus on my company. I've had it for a year now. I haven't really created the brand identity. I don't have a Facebook page for myself. Like I have a domain, but I haven't even done my website. So this year, my motto is making decisions out of faith and not fear. And I said that I'm going to work hard for myself, like I work hard for other people, actually, even harder for myself. Like I can't keep putting myself on the back burner. So that's what I've been doing for the past 2.5 months, is really setting up my company with the coaching and consulting. So, consulting for business infrastructure, like how to start your business, how to get your foundations, operating agreements, standard operating procedures, because people will be surprised how many small and independent business owners are out there, and they don't know anything about their company. They don't know how to do payroll. They're not looking at their payroll. They don't know about their franchise taxes and just the small stuff, and just making sure, like, hey, I'm good and I'm great. And then just being a great leader themselves, because it starts with the head. You can own a company, you can say you call all the shots, but if you don't know how to treat your employees with respect, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. So that's kind of the coaching part of the business as well. Because I've worked for great companies, but then I've worked for horrible owners who've had amazing employees. And it's just like, if oh Lord, I could just go on and on about it, but I'm like, it's something that needs to change. That culture has to change, and with the generations that coming in, they're not tolerating as much as seasoned employees and workers in the workforce at the moment, who are eventually going to be retiring out. So yeah, so that's kind of what I've been doing now, is setting myself up for setting up my company a little more for my coaching and consulting.
Um, Folks at home is this show's about kind of coaching and stuff. What she's saying is it's really important that no matter how young you are, or for me it was later in life, how old you are, you can start. And it's kind of um, some points she's bringing up that she has to do for herself. Is getting the whole, they say getting the brand identity, getting all this thing. That stuff can be done. You'll do that. You'll get all that, get it done. But I think some of us who have worked in corporate or worked in, like I said, for me, retail, hospitality, also, we have so much experience. You have so much experience to bring with you. You have so much experience that you're bringing into your own business. That's all the time. So sometimes, like, if you could do it, folks, work for yourself, because nowadays, folks like hiring somebody for a little bit. That's not a regular employee. So, and plus, it also helps you on some level, because you're kind of you're tied, but not so tied. Like if something happens to the company, you'll still survive because you're independently on your own. You'll be sad if something happens to them, but you're like, okay, I'm not so tied to them that if they go under, I go under too. Like that's what happens when you work for corporate or work for somebody else. This is you. This is all you now. This is your. I think because I worked for the people as management, like you have, I now get it. Later, there's like situations I was in, like, now I get why they were so pressed for something, because it's yours. It's your money. They're playing with people are playing with your money. It's your.
Mm-hmm.
This is your business, and you will succeed and fail or fail. It's on you. So now I get business owners kind of go, oh, now I get why that person was so hard on me for this, because I guess they were seeing it a certain way. They were so invested. So I'd say anybody watching this, if you work for those kind of companies, and when you'll get it, you'll be like, okay, now I get it. That's why it's important for me to do my things the right way. Who do I work with? Who do I cheat? Like, it's very, you start seeing all kinds of stuff differently, Mia, as you know. You start seeing it all differently, because you're like, oh, it's
Yes,
about you. Meaning it's your business, not about you. It's about your business. Oh,
absolutely.
be careful. Yes. So self-acclaimed has been so. So you offer coaching opportunities for people who are just like, I want to start a business. I don't know where to start, or I have an idea for a business. I don't know where to start. That's basically what you're here to help them achieve point A to point B, so to speak.
Yeah, kind of help their dream come to fruition. Because that's the thing. A lot of people, like, I have this idea, but I have no idea where to start. Or they'll go to places for help, and then sometimes if they're not giving real help, or they're scamming them out of things.
Yes.
So I'm here to hold your hand, and I'm not here to just give you all the answers. Like, you need to do this, you need to do that, because it's your company, your business at the end of the day. So I'm going to consult you. I'm going to tell you different avenues, different choices that you can make, your different options that are out there. I'm not just like endorsed by Shopify, so everything has to be Shopify or whatever. GoDaddy might work better for you, and it may work better with your budget. People start off in different places. I mean, it's you have to spend money to make money. You have to have a little something in order to start a business. So I definitely get it. I understand. And some people can afford to spend $5,000 on the website. Some people can only afford to spend $1,500 on the website. But then another part of that is also being realistic and being honest and transparent throughout the whole process to let you know, hey, this costs a little more than what you are expecting, or this is what you want, you can't quite, that's not quite in your budget, this is what you need, so let's start there and then work our way up from that. Rome was not built in one day. You don't have to do everything all at one time. Your company's realistically not going to start making $50,000 in 1 month. It happens to some people, that's fantastic, but honestly and realistically, that's not how it's going to go. So and then with the different technology these days, oh my goodness, it confuses a lot of people. Um, so yeah, really just helping you hold your hand to go through that process and saying, no matter when you start it, we can definitely get it done and get it done in a feasible way and in a good, timely manner, but then also at your pace. So
Well, those services are needed because I know people who have come to me and they totally need it. Well, you just don't know where to begin, or they don't know because we can tell them make sure you look out for this, so you can help them avoid mistakes that that maybe you made or other people have made. You say, oh no, I know this happened, so make sure it's good. So, folks, I'm saying if you need somebody that kind of guides you along, she is somebody you can count on, especially if you're in Arkansas. I'm sure you want more entrepreneurial businesses in Central Arkansas, right? We want some more. Come on, we want some more.
yes. Yes, for sure. And listen, just, don't be afraid to ask for help and get informed. No one expects you to know all of the answers, especially starting off, but it's nice to have someone who will not just do it for you, but also explain the process and stuff for you. Because I want you to grow, I want you to learn. Like, I can help you out with your first LLC, and then maybe you won't need me for your second one. And that's A-okay. I'm going to clap for you because I love it. That's what I want to see. I want you all to be educated as well, because we don't want anyone taking advantage of you. And starting a company, there's a lot of time, money, sweat, and tears that go into it. So, if you do it right the first time, you don't have to keep doing it over and over again.
You know, and that's where we'll end it, folks. That's a good ending. So it's called Self-Acclaimed LLC. She's also on Instagram. No, not Instagram. We are on that. Let's say LinkedIn. She's on LinkedIn. And it's Mia N. Hyman.
Mia, yes, Mia N. Hyman.
I do that. I mean, you can check her out there if you want to see what's going on with her. If you want to work with her, or have her come speak somewhere for you, to maybe speak to some groups. Things like she's here for hire. She's here for hire. She's here to collaborate. She is
Absolutely.
collaborate. Thank you, Miss Mia, for being on the show. You have to come back. You have to come back later. Come back on the line.
Okay, I will definitely love to come back. Bring me back in like 6 months or a year.
Yeah, exactly.
See where I've been, everything that I've done, little progress report. Because I love it, and we're gonna be friends forever and ever and ever. I love you so much.
You can't get rid of me. You're my adopted daughter now, so you just can't get rid of me. So I'm always cheering you on from afar. You know that, so I always cheer you on.
Yeah.
Folks, this is the next generation. I'm telling you, folks, I love this. I'm twice her age, and these talks are important, and that's kind of the point. Look at her, look at me. We're living our dreams. We're going towards our dreams. We're going towards our goals. It doesn't matter if you have one, whatever it is. We're both saying go for it, but don't be afraid to ask for help. And coaches are great for that. They're great to help you flesh things out, make you think of things you may not have thought of. I bring up things that you don't even know about. So that's why I love this podcast. I've been a life coach in several areas for the last 14 years. So, and I shout out to Coach Training Alliance, who gave my coach training. And I have clients, and I'm watching them grow. And it's a wonderful thing. This podcast is like 7 years old or 8 years old now too. And I've had so many great guests on here like her. we're just encouraging you to still go for it. I know the world's crazy, but there's still room. There's still room for you. That's what I say there. A lot of help's on Facebook, and I'm where all James Lott Juniors are sold at James Lott Jr. on all social media platforms. Again, it's 2 T's, not 1, 2. And I will talk to you next Tuesday with another guest on A Lot of Help with James Lott Jr. Bye.